Hello and welcome to POS demonstration. This is Educare, and today we are going to look at a few things that we have put together for the robust handling of point of sales. Our point of sales can be used by supermarkets, malls, shopping systems, and so on and so forth. And what we have successfully encumbered, encompassed is a full-fledged working schematics that should serve that purpose, starting from creation of terminals at will, activating and deactivating those terminals, and actively monitoring the cashier who is handling any of those terminals. Besides the stock, the reports, the receipts, and the customer management. So why don't we dive in straight? So for the sake of this demonstration, we are going to focus on the dashboard, the point of sales, and that is the point of sales terminals and the point of sales itself. So let's look at what the dashboard entails. Upon logon by the admin or the manager, you see the activities of every cashier right here. Indeed, you can even see the recent sales, up to 10 of the recent sales. And when need arises, you can go to sales to see the list of all of the sales. But before you get to that point, you need to be sure that all your terminals are active. If you have 3, 4, 5 points of sales, this is where you activate them. If you want more, you can click on add new terminal and create maybe terminal 6 and submit. And that is all you need to do. And the system will take cognizance of that. So now there are 6 terminals, and any of them can be active or inactive at any point in time. Now, let's say you have 6 computers, like the case in this context. That means that you have 6 terminals where sales can be made from. And so, if I activate terminal 1, I can log anybody in on terminal 1 now. And if I deactivate it, anybody who is logged onto terminal 1 will be logged out. It's as simple as that. The same thing with every other terminal here. And as you can see, if anybody is occupying any of the terminals, the name of the person will show up here instead of vacant. But now that nobody is occupying them, they are all showing vacant. So if we activate this, we can make this a session. We can start a session on this terminal if we want. And to start a session is just a matter of clicking on sales point right here to make this location an active sales point. So if you click on it, it becomes active. If you click again, it's inactive. So at this point, we want to activate it. That is all we need to do. And once it's active, we can start the point of sales by just clicking the POS. But if it's not active and we try to start the POS, it tells you your session is closed for POS activity. Very simple. So now let's start the activity. This will be first instance. The second part of it is to start the POS instance, all right? But now, when you start this, look at the instructions. This is not a public link. This page should only be opened within the premise. Ensure the device is connected to a reliable network, and this schema is best served on a tablet or computer, not mobile phones. And when you are done, we are ready to switch. Click OK to automatically switch to full screen mode. And that is it. So what happens at this point is the system takes up your computer screen as much as available, and it becomes a desktop application, as a matter of fact. So from here on, you have to sign in. And to sign in, all that is required is your access pin. This access pin is available to every staff that you want to be part of your cashier managers or something, your staff list. So here we have the list of all the staff in this system, which are basically all the members of your supermarket or whatever you're running this with, your business. So right now, let's use Botex as an example. Botex access pin is 0892. And if he logs into his own account, he should see this 0892. Let's look at Henry, the same thing. And every other person, everybody has their own. So if I want to log in as Botex now, that means that from the opened terminal, that is the point of sales terminal, I will have to use that access pin. That's all that is required. I don't have to remember my password or anything. It doesn't even matter who clocked me in. When I want to log in, all I need is that 4-digit code 0892 and then next. That is all. So at this point, the system opens up to the point of sales, shows you the cashier name, tells you the terminal you are on, and then gives you the first list of your items. And you can also filter these items based on their categories. You can even search the category and focus on just pizza and check for it. You can click on all products and it will list everything. You can scan your barcode from here and the system will find the item in question, or you can just search with the name and the system will focus on the item. Now, let's take care of basic operation on this point of sale. Pick up an item by just a click, which makes it add to cart. Increase or decrease the number of quantity, that is the quantity of the item. Of course, you can see the unit. This is sold in tins. So this is for 1 tin, and you can make it 10 if you want. You can make it 10 right here, and so on and so forth. So now let's leave it at 1. Now, usually, the list of your customers are supposed to be in your system already, but where they are not available, system assumes you are currently serving a working customer. Now let's look at where, so let's say, for instance, I've added this item peak full cream into the shopping cart, first shopping cart anyways, because here you have several deals. You can deal as many as you want. You can start a new one, as many as you want. And when you are not sure this person wants it again, just click on discard and that particular one disappears, discard, and that one disappears, right? That's the first part. The second part is adding a customer actually. Okay, you want to check out, but are you a customer? Yes. Just click on the search button, the yellow search button at the top right here, or just hit F9 and the system will open the search bar where you can search for whoever you are interested in, whoever is the customer in question. And when you find the customer in question, just click and that becomes the customer who owns this cart. Now, even if you want to start a new cart, let's say you were selling to this person and he said, hold on, let me pick up bread. And then somebody else is in queue. All you have to do is click new deal or F2. And the system will start a new empty cart, leaving James, that is the previous cart, untouched. And now you can sell maybe mayonnaise, Indomie, cowbell milk to a new customer. Let's say the new customer's name is also available. All you have to do again is F9 and search for the name of the customer. So this could be somebody like a British school, just the name of a customer, and you pick that up. So now you are serving 2 different customers with 2 different cards. That is the capability of this system. And now, if I want to check out for James, let's say James has returned and has brought 2 loaves of bread. All I have to do is just key in 2 by just clicking here and increasing it, or just typing it in, no matter how many there are, right? Okay, so 2 loaves of bread, and 1 tin of milk, as the units have indicated. So now it's time to check out. There are two options. You can either check out the full-fledged checkout or fast cash. So what's the difference between fast cash and normal checkout? Fast cash is a situation where the customer in question has given you the exact amount in cash. For instance, James brought 8,900 naira cash. In that case, you don't have to do anything. You just have to just click fast cash, and the system will process it as fast cash and give you a printout. So this printout, as it is just as simple as it is. You have two full cream. You bought one at 650 naira per tin, or you bought diplomatic bread, two at 1,200 naira per loaf, and that is what you have here. And then the system shows you your payment method and the receipt number and all, which, as a matter of fact, this is already formatted for thermal printer. So you print it with thermal printer and you are gone. You are done. And to return, all you need to do is Control W, and the system will return you to POS. That is the point of sale schema. In the meantime, that particular cart is closed, but it doesn't mean that the other cart is closed either. So the other cart is still open. The previous cart that belongs to James has been closed, but this one is still open. In fact, even if you log out from here and maybe a different person comes in and logs in, maybe you took a break. If a different person comes in to log in here, the person starts handling the cart as it were right now. Say, for instance, Botex logged out, Henry logged in. When Henry logs in, Henry will continue dealing with this cart. So it doesn't matter who is logged on at every point in time. Henry Chibuzo is the person who is logged on now. Chibuzo will see this cart and continue with it, unless you refreshed the terminal. So refreshing the terminal means terminating every cart available. So let's deal with the second part, which is the normal checkout. In the normal checkout, the system gives you, again, the summary of the invoice, or rather the summary of the checkout, and then shows you different transaction modes. And here you have several options to split this payment, for instance. So by default, everything is expected to be cash, right? But what if the person says, I have 5,000 naira cash? All you need to do is click and click. 5,000 will go into the box. Of course, you can still type into this, but for now, let's look at clicks. Now you have 5,000 naira cash. You select cash, enter 5,000 naira, or type it in just using the calculator. Of course, you can clear it with the C. You can pay all using pay, right? And so on and so forth. You can type in 20 by just clicking 20 right there, and then add 50 to it, and then add 00 to it, and so on and so forth. So you can do all that using the calculator here. Then, more importantly, the split. So let's say the person wants to pay 5,000 naira, 5 and 3 zeros, split. Automatically, the system splits the first one into cash at hand. And then let's say the person wants to pay with POS 10,000 naira. The moment you select POS, you have to select which POS. So that is what this part, the channel, is all about. But if you select cash, then it's not necessary. It's cash at hand. So between POS and bank transfer, you have to select, if it's bank transfer, which bank. If it's POS, which POS. All right. And once you have selected that, then again, like previously, 10,000 naira is what you're paying with POS. You have collected it, so you just click on it and split, leaving you with 5,214 naira. Now, this 5,214 naira maybe is coming from the wallet. All you need to do is select the wallet and then click on the balance due. So you can either type it, it's not a problem, but if you click on balance due, the system will take whatever balance that is left here, put it up here, and send it as what you are collecting from the wallet. Now, notice something, that when when the total amount here is not equivalent to the total amount due, you don't see a checkout button. You don't see a completion button. That is deliberate. So once you have it completed and everything completed, then you can see the complete payment button, which now when the complete payment is made or collected, you can now see complete pay button, which on click will process this particular card and mark the invoice as paid, which you can print as usual just by clicking on it and sending it to a thermal printer. In the meantime, with this invoice paid, the cart is empty and you can start a new deal by just clicking on new, right? And or clicking F2. You can open as many as required, and any active cards. If you want to delete it or discard it, you can either click discard or hit the delete button on your keyboard and then spacebar to accept, or just click yes delete, and that is it. The system will simply delete the active cards. Now, let's say you have several cards, like I already said, and yet you want to just close the terminal or clear everything. You don't have to go one after the other to clean the card. You can just hit refresh, and when you hit refresh, it tells you, are you sure? Yes, reset it. All the cards that are open will be wiped from the system. That is it. So the usage of this place, the usage of this interface is as simple as you can see it. Now, when you are done for the day, usually you would want to log out, but even when you click on it, the system tells you, kindly ensure you have submitted your retirement. What is a retirement? A retirement is a way of telling the manager that you have closed for the day and you are bringing your sales. And this retirement, at any point in time, you can access it by just hitting function 8, F8, and the system will open your retirement for you. You understand? So this retirement is just a matter of all your activities, right? And how they are split across the different sales points and payment methods. For instance, let's look at Botex, who already has an activity. When you hit F8 on Botex's account, you will see that currently Botex has an ongoing activity that has culminated to 29,114 naira. And that 29,114 naira is culminated into 19,000 and something of cash at hand and 10,000 of maybe GT Bank payment. And you can see the number of invoices that led to this. If you click on it, it gives you the reference numbers of these invoices. And if you want to print it, you are free. Just click on it and the system will give it to you for printout. It is as robust as that. Now, when you are done for the day and you want to retire, you see how this helps you. All you need to do is, once you open it, you see your method or channel. Okay, so cash at hand, I'm meant to submit 19,114 naira cash. It's expected that GTB currently has 10,000 naira. So what I'm retiring, what I'm bringing back to the manager is 19,114 naira. It's as simple as that. And if you want to submit it, that means your submission actually means you are closing this particular instance of retirement. So if you click on submit, the system asks you, this will close the current active retirement. You won't be able to revert this. Yes, retire this. It closes immediately. You can see it here, status retired. And now he awaits approval. Approval is what the manager does on his own end. That is confirming that what you sent as your requirement, as your retirement, is equivalent to the cash, the POS printouts, and other things that you have submitted to him or her. And that is it. Now, moving on from here, You can also, of course, like I already said, retirement can be opened with F8. You can toggle it on and off by clicking F8. Now, apart from seeing your retirement as the person who is logged on, that is Botex, you can also see your invoices by clicking on invoices, which will show you again the breakdown of the invoices that you have carried out or have processed, which you can filter or set the number of items per page or filter by reference. Let's say someone is actually interested in what you did today and there is maybe need for you to pop it up. All you need to do is what's the reference number on your receipt? The person gives it to you, and or you see it and you print it, you type it, the system filters down to that, and you can look at the split. You can excuse me, you can look at the split invoices. Yes, so you can look at the split, which shows you the reference number and the cash at hand. That is how it was collected. And if there is any change that was given out when this payment was made, you will see it here, but it's not part of what you are retiring anyways. Now, if you want it to be reprinted, you just click on it and you reprint it. It's as simple as that. Okay, so that is how simple the POS part is for the cashiers, right? And every shortcut I have mentioned so far, if you want to see the list, you can just go to shortcuts. So you can see new deal is F2, search bar is F4, retirement is F8, search for customer is F9. If you want to move from full screen, if you want to move full screen or not, it's just a matter of F11 and so on and so forth. Now, if you want to, if you have made a search here, peak, and the system has focused on peak, if you don't want to use the mouse, you can just hit enter and the system will add that to cart. That is what this second shortcut, or rather the second to the last shortcut is talking about. Now, when I said discard current cart, I was referring to the alternative to clicking discard right here, which is just the delete button on your keyboard. So once you click that and confirm that with a space bar, the items in the cart is cleared. Now that is all about this part. And like I said, several terminals can be on at the same time and the system will be the manager or whoever is in charge will be able to monitor the terminals by going to POS terminals. So here on the POS terminals, I can see that Botex is the person who is currently logged on, and that is it. And if I go to the dashboard, I'll be able to see the recent sales. For instance, James was sold 8,900 naira to, while Lekki British School was sold 20,214 naira to. And that everything happened within the past 1 hour or so. And if I want to see more details, just clicking on details will show you the cashier who sold it and the name of the customer, the items that were sold and their quantities, even their categories, and the payment mode. So you can see this one was paid using cash at hand, which means as long as this invoice is concerned, I'm expecting 8,900 naira cash from Botex. Same goes with the one of 20,000 naira, which when you open it up, it shows you that there are 3 items in total and they culminated to 20,214 naira. Shows you the customer, the phone number if you want to confirm anything, and shows you the items. There were 3 items, each of them being one quantity. That's the quantity of each one. And you can see that 5,000 was collected with cash. GT Bank collected 10,000 naira. And again, cash at hand. So, okay, so I see something here. Though wallet is not collected with a bank, which is the reason why it is also written as cash at hand, there will be need for us to show the channel, which is wallet. So we'll do that in the next few minutes. But basically, this is all it takes to run your schema on our system for point of sales. In upcoming videos, we'll share these sales reports and customers and other things, including how to manage your store inventories. Of course, every item that is being sold is being depleted from the store inventories as we speak. So right now, it's true we have milk of 88 in stock. If we are to sell milk right now by going to going to the cart right now, just make one sale, is expected that milk should drop by one, giving us a total milk left over of 87, right? So let's see if that is true. So here, milk drops to 87. So that is how linked up they are. That is talking about your store inventory versus the point of sales. So we're going to stop here. The next video will be explaining the reports, the sales analysis, the retirement processes, and so on and so forth. Thank you.